The Phoenix Suns currently are 8th in offensive rating and are one of the best offensive teams in the league. With the talent that they have in Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, they have been able to put together a top-tier offense. In this video, we will look at a couple of jump ball sets that the Suns run, play in transition, and some of their half-court sets. The team has really highlighted off-ball movement and overall ball movement in their plays, and you will see a lot of ball movement in the Suns offense. The Suns also have some really clever sets to get Devin Booker open, and Booker is so important to the Suns offense due to his ability to score efficiently at all three levels. They utilize him as an off-ball guy, coming off of screens, working near the elbows to come off a screen to get the ball and work. They allow him to be a ball handler, getting his shots and working in the pick and roll. The Suns get pretty sneaky right off the tip-off, and this is honestly a play just ripped off of 2K. They run this from time to time where once they win the opening jump ball, they will have Devin Booker immediately screen DeAndre Ayton's man. Here Booker back screens Enes Kanter, and it will get Ayton an open look at the rim, and Chris Paul lobs it up to him. The Suns do it again here against the Hornets. Off the jump ball, Devin Booker back screens Bismack Biyombo. This doesn't create an open lob for Ayton as Devontae Graham is there, but it does create a switch where Biyombo is on Devin Booker. The Suns immediately go to attacking Graham on Ayton in the post, but PJ Washington comes over to help. Bridges cuts in, but Graham is able to come over and defend Bridges. Biyombo helps off of Devin Booker, which is a complete no-no, and Booker gets an open look for three. In transition, the Suns look to call for screens right out of the gate or search for open shooters, usually in the corners. Sometimes they will run a double drag ball screen. Payne gets a screen from Kaminsky and Saric. The defense looks to trap Payne, but he splits the screen. Saric rolls to the rim and Kaminsky slips to the wing to spot up for three. Cameron Payne has options here. He can get deep into the lane and dish it to Saric, or he can get to the free throw line area and pass it off to Kaminsky for three. Here he takes the first option and dishes it off to Saric. Another play from a double drag in transition. The Warriors throw Damian Lee high to switch onto Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton slips immediately after Crowder's screen. Toscano Anderson comes over to tag Ayton to take away a potential lob, and Chris Paul immediately spots Devin Booker in the corner. Chris Paul comes up the court, and the Suns do this frequently where they will place Devin Booker in the dunker spot down low and have him receive a screen coming up towards the elbow. After this, Booker is free to work however he pleases. He either spots up for a catch and shoot mid-range shot, or he will drive it inside like he does on this play and score. And as mentioned before, in transition, they look to find corner shooters. They will either push the tempo in transition or take it slow and flow into a set play. Off the rebound, Ayton gets it to Booker, immediately gets it to Bridges, and Bridges finds Saric in the corner for three. And Cameron Payne finds Devin Booker on this play for a corner three. The offense gets easier when Chris Paul can get a high screen from Ayton and get to his mid-range spot and score easily. Devin Booker is able to get a screen coming down the lane, gets a one-on-one of Karl-Anthony Towns, and though he makes this shot, the original option was to spot Ayton for a lob. The Phoenix Suns finds ways to utilize the Spain pick and roll. Here they have Cameron Payne coming down the lane. Saric flat screens Payne's man. Devin Booker screens Saric's man in Karl-Anthony Towns. The Wolves don't put a body in front of Payne. Devin Booker flows to the three-point line. Saric dishes to the rim, but Payne takes it all for himself as he has that lane to attack. The Suns aren't the fastest team in the league, but they are efficient in how they score, and they can be crafty in how they look to score. They run some interesting half-court sets such as this, where both sides of the court have players getting screens on the right side of the court. E'Twaun Moore gets screened and cuts in, but that option wasn't read, so he flows back into the corner. On the left side of the court, Payne screens for Nader, and Payne gets the ball, then flows into a screen, and Payne is able to attack middle and score. And basic sets like this, Crowder screening for Devin Booker, Booker gets the ball off of a handoff and lobs it up to DeAndre Ayton. Similar set here as the Suns get Booker working from the corner and coming up towards the break. They have Bridges handed off to Booker, then immediately have Deandre Ayton fake a screen and slip inside, and Booker spots him for a lob. They utilize more of that Spain pick and roll. Here it's defended well, but Deandre Ayton gets a chance to score from the low post, isolated against Karl-Anthony Towns. The Phoenix Suns are no stranger to the hammer play, which they ran when Igor Kokoshkov was the coach for the team. A flat screen gets Cameron Payne attacking the left side. While that is happening, Dario Saric's man gets screened, but the defender goes under the screen. Once Payne gets inside, that's when Saric's man comes over to help, and Payne spots him in the corner for three. And the Suns like to utilize Deandre Ayton at the top of the perimeter, high post initiator. Ayton gets the ball at the top of the key. Bridges comes over, and it looks like he is going to flare screen for Devin Booker. Then Booker will slide to the corner, and this gets the defense committed as LeVert puts his foot high, getting ready to switch onto Booker. But Mikal Bridges fakes the screen and slips inside for a layup. And as stated before, the Suns run a lot of these off-ball plays for Booker coming along to the elbows. Here he spots up for a catch-and-shoot mid-range jumper. And if the defense throws a double off of Ayton's man onto Booker, Booker is capable of making a lob pass to Deandre Ayton. Jae Crowder on this play will clear out of the left side and go to the other side, while Devin Booker will screen Dario Saric's man and then circle around to spot up for a catch-and-shoot jumper. And the Suns' offense rarely gets stagnant. They have cutters and they have guys who can create shots at will. Here Cameron Payne gets the ball off of an off-ball screen from Deandre Ayton, and Payne immediately attacks the defense. He gets contained by Cantor and his man, but Devin Booker is such a good off-ball player that he is able to cut towards the rim and get a layup. And let's talk about Chris Paul. Once he touched down in Phoenix, their chances of making the playoffs skyrocketed. With his ability to be aggressive, attack, and manipulate the defense, and being that ball handler next to Devin Booker helps so much. He does this on a regular where he would get a screen. If the big steps up, he is a master of snaking the pick and roll, and if a big is playing drop coverage like in this situation, he can pull up to a mid-range shot, which is money for him, or put Damian Lillard in jail, then get to his spot for a fade-in mid-range jumper, which he can knock down in his sleep. On this play, Chris Paul gets a double screen from both the left and right side. Paul attacks the right side. Saric will slip down low while Kaminsky will spot up for three. Paul immediately passes it to Kaminsky, but he gets closed out. But now Saric has a good post position on Okogie where he is able to score inside. And for this last play, you need to be completely in sync as a team to pull off this type of play. The play starts off with Bridges operating on the wing. Chris Paul slips into the paint. Jae Crowder gets the ball on the right side wing. Devin Booker screens Karl-Anthony Towns, and Booker immediately cuts to the corner. A miscommunication here happens as Rubio and Okogie look to cover Booker. Chris Paul dashes to the top of the key. Anthony Edwards comes over to cover Paul. Paul passes it to Bridges, who then gets screened by Ayton. Bridges drives and is able to pass it off to Ayton for the dunk. The Phoenix Suns, according to Clean the Glass, shoot 66% at the rim, which ranks 9th in the league. They shoot 48.6% in the mid-range, which ranks 1st in the league, and they shoot 38% from 3, which ranks 9th in the league. 44.3% on corner threes, which ranks 3rd in the league as well. And with the Suns team, their bench has also been productive with Saric, Kaminsky, Cameron Johnson, Nader, Cameron Payne, and they recently got Torrey Craig to help with this Phoenix Suns team. The Phoenix Suns are looking to make a deep postseason run, and with their talent on their team, the Suns are a team that will be a force in the playoffs.